it is Alyss again, and it's time for another edition of Unboxing Alyss, the YouTube channel with the purple fox that unboxes things. I'm, of course, Alyss Frost, and I'd like to wish my American viewers a very happy early 4th of July, because it's technically tomorrow, but I have to film today. I got stuff to do tomorrow, so hope you guys enjoy this video. As promised, I'm going to get into some dice, and I've never unboxed dice before, so I kind of had to tweak a few things. I'm in a much shorter chair. I'm sure, I don't know if you can tell or not. I'm in one of my shorter chairs. I had to move my camera up a little bit closer so you guys can actually see the dice. And so, yeah, that's a thing. It feels really weird being all the way down here. And unfortunately, you're not going to see much of anything Alyss related because it's just not going to fit. I have too many things to unbox for this video. So the Perla Bead Alyss is over there. The keychain Alyss is dead right now. I think it fell over, and you might be able to see bits of Pillow Alyss, but like I said, all the things take up all the space, so unfortunately I can't have those in the video. And just because we're unboxing dice, something really small and numerous, and some of these are sharp, and I'd rather not drop them and step on them, so we're not going to be using paws for this video. Moving on. So we have about 5 different creators here that I'm going to show you. That does not mean 5 sets of dice. We actually have more than 5 sets, and we have a couple other like little freebies here and there. What I'm going to do with this video, and feel free to tell me what you think at the end, because I haven't done this before. I'm going to show you each set and each thing I've received. I will also show you, if I can, pictures of the actual dice set from the Kickstarter, so you can compare and see what I got versus what they showed us. That is important. We'll say that right now. It is important with, actually most of these are fairly fine. There's one in here that I'm not a big fan of, but I will get to them when I get to them. There is another set that I am not unboxing in this video because I am currently in the middle of doing a chargeback, because what they sent does not look anything like what they promised me. And there is another company that flat out is not sending our dice, and I actually will talk about them at the end of this video. I'm just going to go ahead and include them with this because there will never be dice to show, and I'll explain that at the end of the video. But let's start with happier things and start with dice sets I actually received. So this dice set is by Brandon. It just says Brandon on Kickstarter, and I think they go by Awesome Dice. That's what it also says underneath the name. This is the first dice set I ever backed on Kickstarter. I don't know if I've spoken much about my D&D gaming, but I've been doing that for about 2 years now. I started with a group of friends, still playing with that same group of friends, and between that group we're doing 2 different campaigns. In my main campaign, I'm a Land and Druid, and in the other campaign, I'm a Centaur Barbarian. But ever since I fell for D&D, again, when I get into new hobbies, I fall hard, and it includes financially, unfortunately. So yeah, I kind of went crazy with some of the D&D related things, and the hieroglyphic dice are the first set I actually backed. You will see a picture of them somewhat, probably over there, somewhere here, just to compare. I really like the look of these dice. I was introduced to the term sharp dice, or sharp edge dice. When I saw these, I didn't know what that was. If you do not know, sharp edge dice are just that. Dice that have been, I believe, like polished so that the edges are much sharper. They tend to be more expensive. From what I've seen, they're like, they can run $30 to $80, honestly. Depending on how fancy they are and how many colors and all of that, and generally how they're made. If they're all completely handmade, they're going to cost more. Don't know if these are handmade or not. I honestly can't remember, but these are very much sharp. They were based off of some Egyptian mythology. They had some scarab dice, which are the ones I'll be showing you. They think they had Anubis, and they had somebody else. I can't remember. I didn't buy them, but I did get the scarab dice. And one thing I've tried to do, this is my shipping. I can't leave that. When I unbox, I'm going to put the box on the floor so you guys can actually see. One thing I try to do with these dice is, or when I order dice or like back a Kickstarter, I will get a set, but I will also try and get a separate D20. And the reason is, I was going to wear this in the video, it kept bumping up against my microphone, and it was driving you and me nuts, me and editing, you just watching. So I'm not wearing it. But when I first got into this hobby, I got a D20 necklace. I thought D20s were really cool, and they are a very, very important part of Dungeons and Dragons, I think, amongst other games. So I decided to get a few to wear around, just depending on what I'm wearing. I can swap the dice out. I do have another one that is a bit less. It's got like 4 rings that make up the cage, but I'll just show you this one because this is the one I grabbed. This is the one I usually wear as well. But you take this, you open it up. Oh, well, you do it better than I do. There you go. You take this little hook out, and I'm actually gonna put the hook back in one of these. Oh, and I put it in. Okay. It flattens out, and you can take the D20 out, and that way you can switch them. So I just want to show you that because that is why with I think at least a couple of these sets you're gonna see a set and then a separate D20. That is what that is for, just basically for my necklace. And if I do play a D&D game in person at one point, as of right now I'm just using Roll20 with my friends, because we're in a bunch of different areas, but if I ever play in person and I do take physical dice with me, these can the separate D20 can also double as a roll for advantage or disadvantage. If you don't know what that is, then when you have advantage or something, you roll 2 D20s and you take the high D20 and you take the higher of the 2. If you roll disadvantage, it's the opposite. You roll the 2 D20s and you take the lower of the 2. I'm not gonna go majorly into D&D lore, how to play any of that. I just wanted to explain that, just so you'll understand why you're gonna see possibly more than just a set. But for the hieroglyphic dice, and I'm sorry the table you guys usually see is really dark, so I put. Well, this used to be white, a pillowcase and a piece of paper. Hopefully you guys can see that. Again, I will do close-ups while I'm editing. So these are the hieroglyphic dice, and if you're looking at the picture, they're kind of a blue-greenish. These are not blue-greenish. These are definitely green. Open. Okay. There is a bag in a bag. Are you kidding me? Come on, awesome dice. So yeah, these are what they look like in the bag. I will take them out of the bag, but very green, as I said. And I'm honestly not upset with that, because if you go on for this video, I will link KickStarters. I'm just going to link the Kickstarter, and from there you guys can go to the websites and all of that. But in part, again, I want you guys to see what we were presented with when we backed, and what influenced our choice to back the campaign. So on the Kickstarter, it's a lot more blue-green, but if you look on there, this creator had video of them rolling the dice, which is always a plus. That tells me the dice exist, at least prototypes of the dice exist, and I will get into that later. But when I looked at the video, they were really green, and so I sent them a private message and said, so are these dice blue-green or are they green? He's like, they're more green. They're definitely more green. I was like, okay, do I want to go for these dice? Do I want green? I really don't want green. I guess I'll chance it and I'll go for the green, and they are very green. So that's not a complaint, because he told me exactly what they were. They're very green. And honestly, my main character being a druid, this is perfect for her, because if you don't know what a druid is, it is a class that can wild shape into other animals. It's kind of weird that my Landon anthropomorphic lion character could transform into other animals, but that's what a druid is. And druids are very nature-based, kind of similar to rangers, but druids are a lot more in tune with nature, and a lot more tuned specifically with the fauna of nature. So with these being green, these are actually perfect for night. So here's the set. You can see that. Very pretty. It's a very deep green color. A very, not forest, emerald green. And I'm not a fan of green, but I do like this color green. So it is really, really nice. I'm going to grab, this is the D20. And as you can see, this one I was able to get a separate D20. This is funny because this, again, was the first Kickstarter I backed in terms of dice and in terms of D&D thing. And I saw the price was like $15 or whatever. I was like, oh my god, that's set for $50, that's amazing. And the Kickstarter ended, and I went to go, pick go into the pledge manager or whatever it was to pick which set I wanted, and I finally realized, oh no, $15 is just for the D20. I'm not getting a whole set, I'm only getting a D20. Read before you pledge, people. I was like, well, because a full set was like $40 or $50, so I was like, I didn't want to spend that much. But I went ahead and added that to my pledge so I could get the full thing. And so here's what I actually pledged for. This was all add-on. But they look really nice. If you can see, I'll hold up a D20 just, and the light on my camera is on to make this bright. I'm filming at night, so hopefully that'll make this a bit easier to see. And it looks really nice. I do like the way these came out. They did turn out just like the video that he showed. So, and I'll go ahead and bring the D20 out, though it's pretty much the same thing. There we go. So I've been waiting to unbox some of these. I will say there is a bit of a chip here on this D20, and that's unfortunate, but I don't think it'll influence like balance or anything like that. It's kind of hard to see because the light is shining and it's still a pretty decent looking set of dice. I'm not seeing a lot of big major issues. Actually, now that I look at it, that might be on purpose. That might be like flecks of, oh, those are gold flecks, I think. I don't think those are messed up. I think those are gold flecks. I would have to double check and look at the concept. But there might be like gold flecks in these dice. I'm not entirely sure. There are flecks in a variety of dice sets I've seen. I don't know if I backed some of those. Well, for Wormwood, I think I did. So, but that's it. That's these dice, and I did forget to mention them being called Scarab dice. There is a Scarab on the D20, on the 20 side. So that's what's unique about these. But there you guys go. Those are, I guess, Awesome Dice by Brandon, or maybe they are just called Awesome Dice. I'm not sure. Again, when they sent me the stuff, it said Brandon. So I'm not gonna, since there's more than 7 dice, will these all fit in there? Will they? Maybe. I'm excited to unbox these in part so I can get rid of all these boxes and stuff. But also for the ones that do have the separate D20, I can start incorporating them into my wardrobe, like I said. They came in a bag, so, or a box. So I will go ahead and put Awesome Dice here. You probably can't see back there, that's fine. The box. And that is it for the hieroglyphic dice. Next, I backed the wine dice by Legendary Pants. Which is a ridiculous name. I love it. I got 3 sets from this group, and I'm sure you can guess by the name wine dice, they are alcohol themed. Not all wine, well, mostly, but technically one of mine is a Shirley Temple, and that doesn't have alcohol in it, but, is this anything? No, just weird random paper. So again, for these, I got 3. I do not think there was an option to get a separate D20 with these, so it's just sets. So we've got, again, 3 sets, and then as part of the campaign, we got a set of 2 D20s, where the 20 side are pants, which is their their logo. I'll show you those last. This first set, oh thank God, these are labeled. There's a Shirley Temple. I'll move these other 2 out of the way. I've not unboxed them yet. I try to make sure to glance at my packages and see what was sent to me and make sure I got everything. But I tried not, actually unboxing anything off camera. Are you kidding me? So again, a Shirley Temple is a non-alcoholic beverage. It's something like you could, like, if you ever went to like but like if you're at a restaurant or something that serves alcohol and your kid wants to, get a little something special, the Shirley Temple's what you get them. So, because it doesn't have alcohol. And it's really sweet and a lot of kids like it. And heck, I like it and I'm 36. But this is the Shirley Temple. Basically came out exactly the way it should. I will say I have more dice than I thought I would. I guess this was not a set of 7, and if you aren't familiar with D&D, a set of dice includes 7 pieces. It includes a D20, a D10, a D12, a D8, a D6, a D4, and a D100 or percentile. And this clearly has more than 7. So I guess the set actually was is it in a set of 11? Because I've seen those as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's a set of 11. So I actually got a lot more for my money than I realized, or maybe I forgot. I don't know. This set actually does have 2 D20s, so I could wear one as a necklace. And it has 4 D6s. And a D6, I'm sure most of you should be familiar with. It's just a 6-sided dice, the square dice that is used in a lot of like board games and things like that. So if anything, you guys will be familiar with this one. But again, these are Shirley Temple dice. They look really, really nice. They I like the swirl in them. It's not a full color. It's because this is very much what a Shirley Temple looks like. It's kind of got some clear parts, but it's got like the swirl of the, I can't remember if a Shirley Temple was like a strawberry flavored drink. It's been a while since I've had them, but these look really good, look exactly the way they should. Very, very happy with these. So I will take the Shirley Temples and find, let me go back. So, and I think it's really cool that these are 11 and not 7-sided die. Most sets I've seen are 7, though I have seen some 11 sets for Kickstarters, and I've seen a 14, and that one actually just funded. I didn't back that one, but because I just didn't, none of the designs really appealed to me, but it just barely got funded. So but that 17 set one did go and make its goal. Okay. This next one, I believe, is Pink Lemonade. So I thank you, God, for labeling these legendary pants. I love you. Pink Lemonade, not really alcoholic either. Honestly. Well, I take that back. You can have, an alcoholic pink lemonade if you're not. Mike's Hard Lemonade. That's literally what the brand is. It's all kinds of different lemonade flavors, except with alcohol in them. So you can most certainly have lemonade that is alcoholic. This one just happens to be pink, and they look great. You guys will see pictures most likely over here of all of these dice as I showed them to you, but they're gonna look like the pictures. This is what I paid for. This is what I got. They look great. I just love the color. I do not eat dice, but it makes me want to eat these dice. These dice look delicious. And display, do not eat dice. They are not edible. Do not do that. But they look really good. So, not much else I can say about the Pink Lemonade. Just hold one up, and it just, the light going through it looks like lemonade. I don't know if I held up the Shirley Temples. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. I don't plan these videos. I just shoot. So, the Shirley Temple. So yeah, very, very happy with the Pink Lemonades as well. And this last set, oh my God. I just told you don't eat dice, but I can't guarantee I won't eat these dice. This last set, and again, these are all apparently sets of 11. So they're same amount. This last set is mead. If you don't know what mead is, I'm not big on alcohol. I do not drink very often at all. But mead is very honey-based. I do know that. I see it a lot in the Redwall series, actually, if you are a fan of Redwall. But, so, with it being... off my finger. With it being a honey-based alcohol, I hear it can be pretty strong. I have had it once at, like, there's usually a wine tasting thing at our product expo here in town, or the fair, the state fair, which is actually coming up in August. They usually have a wine section. And there was a group that actually had a mead, and it was pretty good. But these mead dice, oh my God, look at that amber color. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely a beautiful set of dice. I will hold one up just so you can see it and look through it. But they look like honey. It looks like liquid honey in dice form, and they look amazing. I really can't compliment Legendary Pants enough, because these dice just look stunning. These dice are not sharp. These are just standard dice. If you look at, and if compare, you'll see other sharp dice as we go along. But just looking at the edges of these dice, again, nothing wrong with these dice. These are not sharp, so they aren't supposed to look like the hieroglyphic ones. But if you look at the edges, they're very, very rounded. So that's the difference between regular, classic, I'm not sure what you call these, and then sharp dice. But again, these came out exactly the way they were supposed to. I'll probably pull the D20 out of each and every one of these, just so I can wear them around and just keep the other 10 together. I will be getting a dice frame at one point to display some of these dice, and I believe I got a dice frame that holds 3 sets, and these 3 will probably be enough set, because these just came out really amazing. Finally, we have the freebie set of 2 D20s, like the pants ones. With the 20s on these, they're just 20s. Just so you know, that's why it doesn't matter. With these, the D20 side are pants. So I will show you those. These are basically the same dice, so I don't really need to show you two. All this stuff. There we go. Again, these are freebies. I don't think they were going to be sold anywhere else. I think they're just kind of for the campaign. So that's really cool. Getting some exclusive dice. I'll see if I can find... Yep, there's the pants. So I'll hold these up. Just kind of a soft blue color. Hopefully you can see those pants in there. That sounds really weird out loud. But yeah, that's legendary pants. And they're set of 3 and the little freebies. So hope you guys enjoyed those. This video actually might be way longer than I anticipated. I kind of just want to squish all these together because they were all dice, but... And this will not be the last video that's just all dice. There are a lot of sets coming. So... Put legendary pants down there. Actually, yeah, that's fine. After legendary pants, we have... Garbage going that way. Wormwood. Pretty... established group that makes dice, and amongst other things. Their dice were on the expensive side. I believe these were 60 a piece for a standard set, and I believe this is a set of 7. I did get a spare D20 with these, and there's something else that I got just in the back there. I'll show that last. Uh-oh, what's that? It's a little thing, you can pull it out, but it does, they don't want to come out. There we go. This is why I did not use force. Where's it for now? Where'd we go? There we go. Okay. These will be sharp. And I believe this one was called Event Horizon. Again, I'm going to be linking all of the KickStarters so you can scroll through. You can see what else was available and what mine actually looked like or was supposed to look like. This one has... wow. Oh my gosh. This one has all the black and blues. I'm a huge fan of blue for some reason. I don't know what that is, but... was really liking the way these dice look. These came out really stunning. And again, these are very sharp. The sharp part isn't too big of a deal, though. Wow, these are super sharp. Oh god. Yeah, don't, especially the D4, if I can pull it out. He's very stuck. D4, come out. The D4 is just a triangle. So, it's a triangle. Oh, okay, I can lift this. So if you can't see, it's a lovely box that they came in. A little hinge box, and this was holding all the dice in place. Put that back. I had to remove it to get the D4 out. The D4 was very stuff. There you go. So this, to show you, this is a D4. It's a triangle. Or, well, a pyramid, sorry. This is something you do not want to step on. I told you this was sharp. It is extremely sharp. For the love of all that is holy, do not step on this. I would advise you not stepping on any of these, but, like, the less sides you get, the sharper it's going to become. This is a D8, and it is super sharp. So this group really polished these to perfection. They are very, very sharp, and they are very beautiful. It's really hard to see. I'm kind of waving in and out to get different effects. Just for me sitting here, getting different effects of the coloration. A lot of blues, a lot of blacks. These came out really great. These really did. It's standard set of 7, as you can see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed those. They're really, really pretty. I like the way these came out. I will now show you the spare D20. Where did I go? Also in its own adorable box. Ooh. I feel like I'm proposing to all of you. But here is the spare D20. It's just like all the others. So, actually it's a little darker. This one has more black in it. The other D20 had... Wait. These both... Okay, I grabbed the wrong one. No, they're about the same. I think the D12 was the one I grabbed. Or the D100. No, 12. Okay. I grabbed the D12. The D12 was a lot more blue. The D20s tend to have a bit more black, but I'm seeing more blue in this one. I think there is more black in this one. But so, show you those. So that was Dice by Wormwood. Their set of the Event Horizon that I got, a spare D20. And one last thing. I can't quite remember how this went, but they were trying to break a record in Guinness for, like, I think most dice end to end or something like that, and they actually broke it. Wormwood is officially in the Guinness Book of World Records. They hold the record, I believe, for like the most. Oh yeah, official Guinness World Record, longest line of dice, 18,581 dice, This happened on July 2nd of 2021. And for all backers, we got a Guinness World Record die. Don't know if this is one of the die that was in that line or if it was just, you know, random die they made just for the sake of, you know, to commemorate the occasion. I'm not sure, but that's really cool. Just having this, probably like, I don't know if they sell these online or not, or if they were just for backers. I think they were supposed to be just for backers, but I could be wrong. So that was Dice by Wormwood. I am gonna have so much fun. I can't just kind of shove these in there and put them away. I need to actually put some. I think, is that a 10? That's a 10. That's a percentile. 8. The 6, thankfully, is square. It's the only square one, so it's pretty easy to know where that one goes. And the 4 is not finished. I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'll have to pick that up. Yeah. It's supposed to be, there we go, underneath. It goes underneath that little holder I showed you where all the dice sit. The others can go on top. So that is Dice by Wormwood. It is back. Is there anything else in there? I don't think. Wait, is there something else in there? Oh, there's a card in here. Ah, I'm sorry. You're not quite done. Oh, just thank you all so much for coming together to help make this amazing journey happen. The collaboration was made possible by your contribution and support. Together, we were able to break a Guinness World Record and bring to life this very special project by both Wormwood and Dispel. I believe, yeah, I forgot Wormwood partnered with Dispel to do this. I hope these dice roll well for you and they find a special place in your heart as they have in ours. Best of luck at Dispel Dice, at Wormwood Gaming. And there's care tips. Best care for your dice. Please roll them in a padded tray, which I will show you some padded trays. I got a couple of those coming. I think I actually might show you one in the next video. Store them away from sunlight in a case for Wormwood Vault, which I do not have the Wormwood Vault, but they pretty much sent me a case. And wipe them down with a microfiber towel when necessary. So, very cool. I don't know how many Kickstarters Wormwood is. They've done a lot. This is definitely an established group. So if you're wanting to look at, something else in here? What the heck? Oh my god! I keep finding things. I'm so sorry. So I got a lovely sticker. And oh, there's a little comic book in here. Very cute. I'm sure it has like customer service things like that. I'm not gonna sit and read that, but that's very good that they included that. So yeah, this is definitely an established group. So if you're a bit skittish about backing Kickstarters because they might not necessarily deliver, I would suggest Wormwood because they've done a lot. That's something you can look at when you're on Kickstarter. I believe you can do the same with Indiegogo as well, but you can see how many projects that creator has created and then how many they've backed. It can be a little scary backing first-time creators. I have done it and I've gotten good results, but sometimes they go south. The one I will discuss at the end is one of those. But I will also say there are some established groups that unfortunately don't deliver. And I would say not all first-timers are bad, obviously, and there are some established ones that can mess up. I'm looking at you, Artwork T. You guys have seen my videos on Artwork T, so I'm not going to rehash all of that. And apparently they have new ownership and they're trying to right that ship, so let's see what happens with that. Anyway, our fourth group is Dispel. Dispel Dice? Is that what it is? I wrote it down. Oh, I'm sorry, Dicebound. Dicebound. Dispel is who we just saw, my bad. So with Dicebound, we have dice. We have one set of dice, and I think there might be a spare D20 in there somewhere. I can't remember. Maybe I wasn't allowed to get one for this one. I'm not sure. But there is a set, but there's also a few of the freebies. So the first thing we will unbox are the dice. And I guess no, I suppose it was just these sets. So unfortunately, I do not have a separate version of these. Oh my god, they are each in their own individual package. Dicebound, why did you do that? Do not need all this plastic. Well, as I'm unboxing or taking them all out, let's stop a little bit. Again, this is only one. This is where I only got one set. but these have, some of them have UV capabilities. So if you shine a UV light on them, they look all really cool. Unfortunately, I do not have a UV blacklight with me, or well, period. I just don't know. I don't know why I said with me, because it's not like it's in the back. So I cannot show you what that looks like for my dice. But you can go on their Kickstarter. They did a very good job of showing these dice, I think, in regular light and bright light, and if it applied, UV. So if you want to see lore, that's the name of the set, in the UV light, I would advise going to their Kickstarter, because you could definitely see it there. So, yeah, I'm really sorry I can't include that. I just don't really want to go out and buy a black light for one so stuff. Oh my god. These dice look so nice. Why did you do that? Why did you unwrap? I do wrap them all individually. I wonder if they did that just to make sure they were just, you know, safe and protected, I guess. They had the big thing, the full plastic thing, and you know, now they'll be individual. I guess that was a lot of plastic and it's supposed to be a lot of cushioning. Yeah, I wish that Dice Bound? What am I looking at? Yeah, I wish that Dice Bound had just made like, even like the cheaper vault, like the way Wormwood did. You saw the box that I opened and the dice were in. I kind of wish they'd done that instead. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy or anything like that. I would bet that if you guys hear popping, by the way, people are shooting off fireworks. At one point a second ago, I thought someone was knocking at my garage door, which, why would they do that? I also thought people were being shot. So if you hear that popping sound, they're fireworks. I can't turn that off, unfortunately. Anyway, but so it would be nice if they had given us like a little vault or something to put these in. But definitely look up dice vaults. There are so many different varieties. There are also just dice bags that you can have. I will be showing you a few of those. Actually, I was showing you one of those in a minute. But I did back a campaign specifically about dice pouches, and you can put dice in those. You can put them in, like, there's a lot that are made of wood, like actual wood, which makes them really, really expensive. But there are some really beautiful vaults. I actually just backed a dice vault that has dragons in it, and it's just stunning. The guy that made the dice frames that I haven't received yet, but they're on their way, he just started a new campaign for the dice vaults that just, it has a bit of lore to it, and it's really, really nice. But yeah, if you can get dice vaults, that would be really cool, to just something to put your dice in and protect them. You could, again, if you want to just use a bag, that's cool too. But let's look at the lore dice now that I have them all unindividually wrapped. And if you look at the picture, which is probably over here, these look pretty much the way they should. Again, no idea if the black light, I'm just going to assume the black light part works. I believe the black light part is like, if it's best to hold it in a pile. We'll use the D6. So I'll hold the D6 just so you can see better. So, and you can see right through, that's really neat. Actually, that's really cool die. But this white part here, I believe, is the part that will be affected by the UV the most. I could be wrong. There might be bits and pieces of stuff in there that might also reflect. But I think the bulk of that UV part is going to be this white part. But yeah, these dice look very, very good. These are also sharp dice. So, and very, very sharp dice. This is like the world's largest D4. I don't know why. It feels huge to me. I don't know why. With the others, it just didn't feel as big. I don't know. These are standard dice, and dice come in different sizes. You can get minis, you can get extra large, you can get giant. I've seen D20s that are like this big, which, why? I guess it's like a paperweight or something. I don't see you like rolling that. I guess you could, but whatever. But no, these look really great. They are very, very sharp, so they did a fantastic job with that. And on the D20, there is a symbol. I believe this is kind of like their symbol for their company, just a moon and a star. It is on the 20 side for the D20. And so, yeah, those are the lore dice, the specific set that I got. Obviously, there are going to be other sets. Check out their Kickstarter if you want to see all the others. But I really like these. I like the way they came out. They were supposed to have a bluish tinge with some white in there, and that's exactly what I got. So, those are the dice themselves. When you ordered, I think, over $30 worth of stuff, you got a free bag. So here is a lovely dice bound bag. feels like leather. Leather. It feels like leather. I don't know if it's real leather or not. I doubt it, but it could be. I don't know. And the inside is, I think nylon is the fabric, so something really nice that'll be nice to your dice. So I guess there is no point in giving us that vault because we have a bag. I completely forgot about the bag. But it's a very nice bag. It will definitely hold this set and... yeah, it's going to hold a lot of sets. This will probably hold at least 6 sets, maybe more. So yeah, if you get... if you don't want to give a full vault, especially because the wood ones are really expensive. I'm not joking. They can be very, very expensive because they're made of real wood. Getting a bag might be the way to go for you. Or heck, if you can sew, you can make your own darn bag. There are patterns on Etsy. If you don't want to sew, there are definitely dice bags on Etsy. I've seen them shaped like dragons. They look amazing. So there are a lot of avenues when it comes to storing your dice. So aside from the bag, we have... oh, okay. This confused me when I originally opened it. I keep berating these people, and then they solve my problems, and I forgot they solved my problems. So every set came with this little bottle, and it does come with a cork. I saw this cork in there just rattling around, like, what the heck is this? And I saw this all wrapped up, and I was like, did they send me a shot glass? Was that part of this? I don't remember that. No, it is not a shot glass. It is a dice holder. Oh. Scary D4 in there. Seriously, I don't know what's worse, stepping on a D4 or stepping on a logo. It's dang, that thing is sharp. But yeah, I actually love this. If you want to carry your dice around, this. But if you're sitting at home just chilling and want to display them, here you go. This came with it. I didn't pay extra for this. When you bought a set of that, like for the tier I backed it, I don't know if that was the early bird tier or not, or just, I don't know, but it came with the bag, it came with the bottle, and, you know, obviously you're getting a set of those. But that's really, really nice. I think it also came with a sticker that I lost. There it is. So, here's the little dice bunny. Unibunny? I don't know what this is, but this is a little mascot dude. Very, very cute. I love it. It's adorable. I don't think it's supposed to be like a jackalope. I don't know what this is, but it's adorable. So, I don't think it's a Whopper Tanger either because those also have wings. And as an extra, I went ahead and bought... oh, I'm sorry. I forgot one more freebie. Coins are a big thing in D20. I'm not sure what you use them for, other than they look cool. But this came with a free coin, so I'm sorry about that. I forgot this other freebie that I can't open. Nope. Oh my god. There we go. Okay. It's heavy. This thing is metal. It's a metal thing. It has the little dice bunny. I'm just going to call him that because I don't know its name and I don't know the species. But it's got dice bunny cradling some dice. It looks like there's runes all the way around it. And on the back, it has their logo, the dragon with the moon and stars, and more runes. And I think like some waves and stuff. So it's really, really cool. I'll definitely get a close-up of that. With the light, I don't know if you can see it, if the light makes it better or worse. I sure as heck can't see it because the light's above it. Now that is the final freebie, sorry about that, or thing that came with this set. In addition to that, I went ahead and got a little metal wall hang of their little character because they are so cute. So, it's very much metal. So I'm stuck in this tiny house, but when I get my new house, eventually, I would like to convert my basement, or at least part of it, into like a D&D tavern. Just have it like tavern based and have like people can get drinks and stuff, and I have a table to play D&D. And I'm definitely going to be displaying the dice frames that I mentioned before that aren't in yet. But I grabbed this because I want to hang it on the wall. I want to have my own little D&D dungeon, and I think that sounds really cool. So I think that is it. Oops. We hope this order brings you happiness. Dicebound.com, info@dicebound.com, and there's a QR code here. That. On the back is another Kickstarter they did that is long finished, but I did not back it, but it looked really cool. It's called Faye and Frost Dice Advent Calendar. I will just show you what they look like. They were really pretty. My thing is I don't use advent calendars. I don't really understand what they are. So it would have been quite a bit of money for something I don't know how to use. But if you are interested in that, please look into it, because the advent the art for those things, oh my gosh. I do wonder, some people ask if we could just get the art, like either a physical poster or maybe a digital download or something like that. I don't know if they ever decided or wherever to figure that out. So I'm not sure. The only way to get that art might have been just buying the calendar. So again, nothing wrong with the calendar. I personally don't use advent calendars. So if you're interested, definitely check out their Faye and Frost advent calendar. And finally, we have one I'm not so fond of. This one was called, I wrote down, Flowing Vibrant Gradient, sharp D&D dot, something like that. I only got one set for this one, thank God. This one, I'm just not a fan, and I received something, but I have garbage everywhere. I feel bad because the hieroglyphic dice for all by their lonesome bear. At the bottom of everyone else. This one just doesn't quite look the way it should. The set I pledged for was the Aurora Borealis, and I'll put that over here. It will probably take up the entire screen because it's one giant image file, but I'm just not a huge fan of how it came out. And for some of these, it kind of depends on lighting. It really does. But there are some instances where it feels like they used renders of dice, not actual prototypes, which is actually against KickStarters rules, by the way. But these, you can see what Aurora Borealis is supposed to look like over here. I'll go ahead and, they are very stuck. This one also came in a box, not the best box, but something hard to, and these usually have foam surrounding them. With the wine ones, it doesn't matter because they're not sharp, but with the sharp ones, you kind of want to protect those edges. So, we'll go all those out. This is what I received. Trying to move it and looking at the light, I'm really not happy with these dice. I'm glad I got something, but they look, to me, nothing like the picture, and you've got light shining on these. You might see these completely differently than I do, but I've had them in different lights, different angles. It just doesn't look anything like the picture. These are very lackluster dice. I'm not really happy with this campaign creator at all. They just go by Gina. So I don't, I'm gonna assume they're in Hong Kong somewhere because the pledges were in Hong Kong dollars, and of course it would convert to USD. But once I received these, I was not happy. They didn't look very good. So I did message the creator and, ask him, hey, these dice are looking a little off. Is there a way I can change them? Never got a response. I sent them 3 messages over, I think, 3 months. So I didn't message them day after day after day. By the way, don't do that. Don't, with any creator or an artist you commission or whatever, don't message them day after day and ask them, hey, is this done? Is this done? Is this done? You're just annoying people. People do have lives. So I will say that, but at the same time, you sometimes need to keep on people. And so I did send them several messages. They never responded. So for this one, since it's only one set, I'm not bothering to go through the chargeback process. But I'm just, they look very, I feel like what they used were renders. That's honestly how I feel. Because these just don't, you can see bits of purple and the bits of blue. And if you see them differently than I do, like if they look exactly the way they should, look at this and then look at these, then feel free to yell at me in the comments, but I'm not seeing it. So unfortunately I have to end this on a not so happy note. I did receive dice, but they just do not look like the picture. So like, these aren't dice I would be displaying, honestly, because they just aren't that great. They are very sharp, so they did a good job with making these sharp, especially the D4s. For the love of God, do not step on these. You will lose a foot. So I will give them that. A lot of these sharp dice are indeed sharp, but it's just the coloration I'm not a fan of. So I think that is about it for everything I have to show you guys. I hope you enjoy this 3 hour long video. I'm sure it is at this point. I'm sorry it's that long. I just wanted to combine a bunch of creators together. I didn't think most of them had enough to warrant their own video. That's why I did a combination video. But before I go through the spiel of, like, whatever, subscribe, I do want to call out a group called Witches and Wizards Dice. You can find it on Kickstarter, Witches and Wizards Dice. I ended up backing 5 sets of their dice, and then a D20 to go with all of them, all of each set. And it's been over a year, and they've given very conflicting updates. And there have been, they said they've had medical issues and things like that. Again, the Witches and Wizards are not this group. This is Gina. This person did not get back to me, but they did send me dice. I'm now going with, this is the warning in my title right now. So they had the Witches and Wizards had medical issues, and things were slowing down, and that, again, life happens. I do understand that. Most people will understand that as long as you keep us in the loop. I'm not saying tell me what's wrong, what's going on with you. You do not need to disclose what specific medical ailments you have. That's not at all necessary. I believe there were a few people that were like, okay, you need to prove to me that you've got this. That's not cool, guys. Do not do that. Do not ever do that. But that being said, if things like that are going on and you are a creator, be transparent and tell people what's going on. Just the general, hey, things are slowing down. I'm not even feeling under the weather. And B, if need be, hire someone or ask a friend or whatever to kind of keep things moving. I understand your health does come first, and this is going to sound really cruel and really hard, but this is a business. I gave you money. I do expect a product. That sounds really harsh, especially when someone's having medical issues. But this is very much a business. You can't just shut everything down just because of certain medical issues. If you can't get things done, please have someone else do it in your stead. I understand taking maybe a week or two off or something. If it's something chronic, then you might have to, again, hire someone to take over things for you. Or if things get too bad, you might need to just stop and refund everybody. And again, there were some people apparently who were jerks enough to ask, for proof of medical history and all that. Again, do not do that. That is none of your business. But there are a lot of other people that were asking, hey, because they kept saying, the dice are ready, make sure your shipping address is correct. When creators say that, it's not to us, that means they're going to ship. And they never did. And people would ask, can we see pictures of the dice? Because if you, again, and go to any of these Kickstarters, you can look at comments, you can look at their updates. You cannot comment if you aren't a backer, but you should be able to see those two things. So you can see what their updates say. And if you look at the updates for the Witches and Wizards, there are no pictures of dice anywhere. So people kept asking because it sounds like they're going to ship. And we see the dice. They never sent pictures of the dice. And at this point, we're pretty sure we're not getting dice. And I'm very heartbroken. I mean, I lost $160, but also, if you look, and I will link their Kickstarter, so you know what their stuff looks like, what they look like, and who to avoid. But go through their Kickstarter, look at the dice are stunning. The dice look absolutely stunning. I'm willing to bet they were all renders and not actual prototypes. But that's what I have to say about Witches and Wizards. So I just want to mention them because I will never have anything to show you, as far as I know. We're all backers have resigned ourselves to. They've ghosted us. They have not updated us, I think, since May. They're gone. But we're not getting our dice. We are certainly not getting our money back unless you try to go through your bank. I might actually do that because $160 is not this. I'm not charging back for $30 or however much this was, but I will go after you for $160. I don't know if my bank will do it because it's been over a year, but we'll see. But I'm going to end on a really crappy note by giving you an artist beware. So please beware of witches and wizards. Again, I will link their Kickstarter if they have. I believe this was their first campaign created. I don't think they backed anybody else, so that's a risk. I understand that it is a risk. Kickstarter in itself and Indiegogo are risks. It is gambling basically. I was bored stiff in Las Vegas, and yet I get super excited with Kickstarter. This is my gambling pretty much, and I really enjoy it. I honestly do. I like seeing so many creative people bringing all these ideas into the forefront and bringing them to life. So, and as of this taping, I've backed 96 Kickstarters, and for virtually all of them, barring the ones that are the newest and some games, I've gotten something. It might not be what I wanted, but for the most part, I've been very happy with the creators I've encountered. And you guys know it. I will tell you if I'm not happy with someone like I just did. So when it comes to backing things, it is ultimately up to you if you want to take that risk or not. Generally, someone more established is going to be more trustworthy, but as I said, with Artwork T, that went south. I guess I just wanted to tack that on there to let you guys know to avoid that particular company. And I would avoid Gina as well. I don't think there are any other, like a storefront website. I don't think there was anything like that for this particular campaign. The flowing gradient, whatever, that I will link. But for the rest of these, they did fantastic. They did awesome. My dice look exactly the way they should. They were presented really well. They were shipped really well. I have no idea if they shipped on time or if things were late. Generally with Kickstarters, things are late. That's just, things happen, and with COVID, that made things worse. But I just want you guys to know that it is a risk, but for me anyway, and I've got, 96 examples, it's been worth it. So yeah, that is finally my dice extravaganza. I guess I'm gonna use that when I do the title. But yeah, that's Dice Extravaganza Part 1. Again, there will be other videos that are just solely dice, because there's a lot of dice coming, and I think one creator might get their own video because there's a lot of sets. But I hope you guys enjoyed what I showed you. Please let me know what your favorites were, what your least favorites were. If you've backed these campaigns, did you have the same experience? Did you get your stuff? Have you backed other Kickstarter campaigns for dice specifically? If you have, let me know. If you're really happy with it, please link them down below, because I might find their storefront and buy their dice. If there's a beware you want people to know about, please link that as well. I'm tired. This is a really, really long video. You guys know the drill by now. If you like what I do, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. As I said, for the second half, or rather the 4th week of July, I will continue to do some D&D related items, but they will not be, well, one has dice in it, but for the most part, they will not be dice specifically, but they will be D&D related. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Until next time, I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. I took 4 days off of work around the 4th of July weekend because I just needed to decompress. And so I'm just trying to get a bunch of things done. No, I'm not going to go do anything for the 4th tomorrow because I don't care enough. I have a zillion things to do in my house. I'm looking forward to that, actually. But if you guys go out and celebrate, please do so responsibly. Please stay safe. If you are of age to drink wherever you are, please do that responsibly. If you're planning on setting off fireworks here in Illinois, we can't really set anything off that isn't a sparkler. They kind of outlawed a lot of them, though people have definitely gotten around that. But if you're in a place where it is legal to set off like big giant firework things, then please be safe. Please don't blow off your hands. It's kind of why they made them illegal here, because I guess too many people are blowing up their hands. But yeah, enjoy the holiday weekend, and I will talk to you guys in the 4th week of July. So until then, peace.